Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I am Sean Anderson. We also have a podcast alongside me is Brandon Swanson.
You're Sean?
I am Sean.
You look like a young Abe Lincoln.
Thank you very much. I very appreciate it. He's one of my favorite presidents.
I'm glad you very appreciate it.
Yes, and today we are previewing Week 10 of the NFL. We have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Carolina Panthers. And Brandon, why don't you give your keys for the Chiefs, and why don't you give your keys for the Panthers, and who you got winning?
Well, honest Abe, I certainly will. So what you have to take a look at first is the Kansas City Chiefs. They've just been cruising lately. They've really been playing well. And I think that in this game, it's going to definitely come down to the battle in the trenches. For the Kansas City Chiefs defensive line, it's go at that offensive line of Carolina, which has proven to not be very good. Cam has really had a tough time back there this season. He's really had a tough time running. He's really had a tough time being able to stay on his feet back there in the pocket. And I think Kansas City's defense has yet again proven to be a very strong one this season. So I think for Kansas City, it's win the battle in the trenches, get to Cam. That's going to be huge. And for Cam Newton, I think it's definitely going to be, I really think in this one it's fine Kelvin Benjamin. I think that he has to be the #1 guy in this one. He really has not been a huge factor in these games, and I think that that's definitely been affecting this team. I think that you get your best wide receiver going in these games, then that's going to really open things up for everybody else. I think that right now Carolina's in a tough spot this whole season. They have been. So I think that Kelvin Benjamin is going to be a very big factor in that game come Sunday. But I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Shocker.
And I think that the Chiefs are going to win this one 30-13. I think that the Carolina Panthers absolutely do not come out to play, and the Chiefers do.
I'm not shocked you picked the Chiefs, but I'm shocked by that score. You really think it's going to be 30-13?
Yeah. No, I totally do. I don't lie on these shows.
We got a question that was posed on the Onside Kick here, and it's really, and I'll ask the Chiefs fan here, it's do the Kansas City Chiefs get enough respect, at least from the media or really everybody else, because they are kind of a quiet team, but do you think they're an actual legitimate threat to win the Super Bowl? I forget who asked this question, but thank you for the question.
I think it's a great question, and I don't know if it's, if you call the amount of coverage, the amount of respect, the Kansas City Chiefs certainly don't get the amount of coverage, because if you're looking at that division, I think that you're definitely going to be looking at Denver, and you're certainly looking at Oakland. And Oakland's the one getting all the coverage right now because this is a team that's emerging to be this young, really good squad. And I think right now Kansas City, they've just been doing what I think right now people have come to expect from them within the last couple of years. Be good. And I think that that may mean that they're not getting as much respect, but they're certainly not getting the media coverage because there's another team there that's taking that away. But I think Kansas City right now is a quiet team. They're not a sleeper. They're a team that's going to be there, but they're a team that probably at the end of the day isn't getting enough. I don't know if it's respect. I don't know if respect is the word, but they're certainly not getting enough coverage from the NFL channels, from ESPN, things like that. I don't think they are, and that's why at the end of the season, the Chiefs may be a team that only has 3 or 4 losses, and people are going to go, "Whoa, the Kansas City Chiefs." No, this was pretty much expected.
And they're not that much of a flashy team. When you look at Oakland, there's that history of the Oakland Raiders and also Derek Carr and Amari Cooper, who are explosive young talent. And then when you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, you get Alex Smith, who's pretty much white bread.
You have Alex Smith, you have Jeremy Maclin, you have Travis Kelce, and then you have the guys on the defensive side. I think that
defense is never sexy.
Well, I think that they have some really good guys in the secondary.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that get the recognition, but there's about 1 or 2 guys there. And outside of that, that's it.
Final question, are they an actual Super Bowl contender?
The Kansas City Chiefs, I think that they definitely can be a Super Bowl contender based on their defense. I don't know if they have the offense to be able to keep up with that, but they certainly have the defense. They certainly have the defense, and I don't want to say the cliche, and I won't say it, but they have the defense to be able to do it. Their defense can't carry them the whole way, though. They need to eventually find offense because teams like the New England Patriots, they have offense, and they have a good defense, which is undervalued. Yeah. So I think that the Kansas City Chiefs, if their offense can continue to go well, then we'll see. They only put up 19 points last week against a Jacksonville team that you should be able to shit on. Yeah. But they didn't do that. So they definitely need to be able to find offense. They've got the defense.
Well, hopefully that thirst your quench for Kansas City Chiefs talk. I know Brandon loves talking about his Chiefs. So thank you so much for watching this video. Tell us who you think is going to win in this matchup. Do you have the Chiefs winning it? Do you have the Panthers winning this one in this matchup? Don't forget to check out the description where you'll find our social media.